Smoking by Shane Kearney. Why do we choose to smoke? Why do we choose to shorten our lives by 10 or more years? Why do we choose to throw away thousands of dollars a year and increase our chances of cancer, heart disease, and emphysema? Simple. Because we don't plan on doing these things to our body. We can't help it. It's an addiction. Someone you know or the person sitting right next to you might know or have known someone who smokes or smoked and lost their lives to this addiction. Smoking is something that has grown even more popular over the years. Today I would like to speak to you about why people turn to smoking, the consequences of smoking, and what happens to your life and body when you decide to quit smoking. Smoking causes over 100,000 deaths in the U.S. alone. Out of these 100,000 deaths, 42,800 are smoking-related cancers, 30,600 are cardiovascular disease, and 2,900 died from emphysema and other chronic lung disease. Cigarettes contain more than 4,000 chemical compounds. Of these chemical compounds, at least 400 of them are toxic substances. When you smoke a cigarette and inhale, it burns at 70 degrees Celsius at the tip and 60 degrees Celsius at the core, breaking down the tobacco to produce various toxins, and of these produced the most dangerous are tar, a substance that causes cancer, carbon monoxide reduces the amount of oxygen in your body, nicotine, which is addictive and increases the cholesterol levels in the body, and finally, some of the components of gas cause chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, or COPD. By smoking, these people shorten their lives by 11 minutes by each cigarette they smoke. Not only are the smokers hurting themselves, but also the people around them, which increases the risk of lung cancer because secondhand or passive smoke causes a higher risk than directly inhaled smoke. If we know all of this, then why do people choose to smoke and hurt their bodies? There are various reasons why people start to smoke. Some start because of peer pressure, others because they think it's cool, although many start because their family members or friends smoke. 9 out of 10 users start smoking before they're 18, of the influence that is placed upon them. Although the number of cigarettes smoked, how the tobacco is made, and whether the cigarette has a filter or not affect how much damage smoking can actually do to a person. But what does all this smoking lead to? There are many consequences to smoking. Bad skin is a consequence of smoking due to the fact that smoking restricts blood vessels, oxygen, and nutrients from getting to the skin, leading to skin that is pale and unhealthy and sometimes develops a rash. Bad breath, clothes, and hair, because of the stench of cigarettes, linger everywhere, causing halitosis and a smell that is very hard to get out of clothes, hair, furniture, and even cars. Reduced athletic performance, because smoking causes rapid heartbeat, decreased circulation, and shortness of breath, making it hard to compete with the non-smokers. Higher injury and illness rate, along with a slower healing process because smoking prevents the body's production of collagen, which speeds up the healing process, and smoking lowers the immune system, which makes it easier for a smoker to get sick. And it is common in teens that they begin to lose weight because they are smoking more than they are eating. What can we do to stop this or help those who are trying to quit smoking? The best solution to this problem is to stay smoke-free. It helps to think of reasons why you want to stay drug-free, like your family, a sport, hobby, etc. If you're a parent, you need to be a good role model and influence on your children, because most adults that smoke started in their teens and didn't expect to get addicted. So talk to your children and let them know the dangers of smoking. If you are quitting smoking, it helps to have a support system, because the first few days are the hardest. You just can't give up. Just think, within 20 minutes of quitting, the temperature of your hands and feet go back to normal, along with your blood pressure and pulse rate. Within 8 hours, your carbon monoxide and blood oxygen levels go back to normal. Within 24 hours, the risk of you having a sudden heart attack decreases. Within 48 hours, your nerve endings begin regenerating and your sense of taste and smell begin to return to normal. Within 1 year, your risk of coronary heart disease is half of what it used to be. Within 5 years, your risk of death by cancer lowers by 50%, and within 10 years, your cancer cells are replaced by normal cells, and your risk of stroke is lower. You have the same chance of getting cancer or dying as a non-smoker does. Even though we cannot advertise smoking on television or the radio, it is still advertised in some magazines, not to mention the image that movies put on smoking, making it look cool and appealing to children and teens. We should stop advertising reasons to smoke and begin advertising more reasons not to smoke. Do you want to help save a life? Today you can be the person to help someone. Quit smoking and give them their life back. But to do that, you have to keep yourself drug-free as well. Why do we choose to hurt our bodies and shorten our lives when we know we only have one life to live? Simple. We can't help it, it's an addiction. But we can help it by getting help and staying drug-free. Now I leave you with this. Before you pick up a cigarette, think, how long do you want to live?
Yay!